Hello and welcome to the Genuine Learning Blog. My name is Melissa Galasso and I'm excited to be here on what is going to be our last blog of 2020. I can't tell you that 2020 flew by at points in time. It felt like it was never going to end. However, it has definitely brought its ups and downs. And so I want to thank you for those of you who've been logging in and listening throughout 2020. Thank you guys so much. I hope we've brought you valuable information. I couldn't think of a better way to close 2020 than to talk about the new 2021 CPA exam. So let's do a more forward-looking approach. And so I think this is just the easiest way. So back in 2019, the AICPA did do a practice analysis. They asked people to provide feedback on what do our newly licensed CPAs need to know in terms of skills, right? What do we want to test on the CPA exam? So they focused on the impact of technology on what first-year staff are doing, right? Our newly licensed CPAs are definitely doing different things than they did 2 decades ago because we have technology doing a lot of what was being done by hand. And the exam becoming too broad, too much going on, and it's hard to then test the right level of skills. And so they went out and they did a lot of reach out. So that I actually got to participate in one of the calls where they talked to and they asked people about what it is that we need people to be able to do. And they presented in their practice analysis proposal and the exposure draft 46 proposed changes based on this. So they did an invitation to comment as well as an exposure draft and asked for feedback. And they got it. They had 180 comment letters with hundreds of discrete comments. Overall, 35 of the 46 changes were actually going to be implemented. 5 were modified based on feedback, and 6 are just not going to be made. So in general, people tended to understand and agree with the key themes, right? Understanding business process, far more important, especially automated elements. How does something get into the general ledger if it's no longer very manual? A risk assessment and internal control becoming a big focus. So obviously a lot of focus there. The need for a more digital and data-driven mindset. So a little bit more focus on data analytics. And then our SOC analysis. Now remember, this is just the update to the 2021. This is not the massive overhaul. There is a separate future, the CPA Evolution that's re-overhauling the entire CPA exam. This is just the small modification until that massive overhaul happens. And so even in the small update, they wanted to be more data-driven and include these SOC reports. Where they didn't agree, there were 3 proposed changes specifically for state and local governments. In fact, they tried to remove a lot of the testing for state and local governments, and people like me who teach a lot of governmental accounting are like, we can't keep taking stuff out of the CPA exam when people go into governmental right out of school or they work for a firm who does it, and we need to have a little bit of a basis. So thankfully, those are not being implemented. And so in October, they unanimously voted to approve the new blueprint, and they updated the skills, the structure. And again, this will launch July 1st of 2021. So in terms of structure, we're going to keep our same 4 sections. This is going to change long-term when we get to the CPA Evolution. But for right now, we're keeping auditing, FAR, BEC, and Reg. In addition, it will stay 16 hours, 4 for each section, so 4 4-hour courses, and it will continue to focus on these higher order thinking skills, critical thinking, problem solving, and analytical ability. So good news is we are going to have a CPA exam that takes small steps in the right direction while we wait for the bigger overhaul to occur. So if you are interested, the blueprint is publicly available. You can see each section and whether the change that was proposed was either not made, modified, or made, and you can kind of see the implications of that. So there's a really nice appendix in there that you can take a look with. All right, so that's our update on what to look forward to as we think about our newly licensed CPAs, thinking about succession planning and looking to the future. I want to wish you all a very happy holidays, a wonderful 2021. GLS is closed the last 2 weeks of the year. So there will be no blogs for the next 2 weeks. We will kick it back off in the 2021, that first week in January, doing a look back at all of the standards that were issued in 2021 with a focus on those Q4 items. So I want to wish you all very happy holidays. Thank you guys so much for being such great listeners. It's been fantastic. 2020 has definitely brought its challenges, but my clients have just been amazing. So thank you guys so much. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. See you in 2021.